the sound of time, stories weaving words that climb, whispered tales in a cozy nook. Welcome to the magic of every book. Bookshelf Babble, take the stage, turn the chapter, fill the page. Laughter, wisdom, stories to spare, a podcast world where books are everywhere. From paperbacks to leather spines, mysteries, thrillers, and classic lines, stories crackle, voices ring. Dive on in, it's a podcast thing. Adventures waiting just one word away, from Austen's romance to Hemingway. Gather round, it's the bookish delight.
Hey, hello everyone. You're welcome in our live session in Hello Talk. Here we talk in our session in Bookshelf Babble. Live session on Hello Talk. Here we talk about books and all related topics. Sometimes we switch to topics what not related to books, but most of all our focus on the book. You're welcome. We'll be free to write your comments, questions here in chat where you watch this stream on Twitch or on YouTube. I'll read all comments and I will answer on your question if you have. If you don't have a question, just like to write what your current status, what your current reading status. Okay, let's go to Hello Talk. If you don't familiar with this platform, it's a platform where people around the world learn languages. And start our voice room. My voice room here has name What Book Are You Reading? You very simply can find this voice room and join. Okay, I'm here and just wait when someone join to us. Okay, I just need to write some words that I'm streaming. Okay, just a second. Yeah, just wait when someone join to us. Okay, I just like to write that I'm start streaming here. And hey, hello, you're welcome. Here we talk about books, and it's some kind of cozy place where we talk about books. If you want to talk, just raise your hand. If you want, just listen, or you'll be free to chat here. And also I want to mention I'm streaming this session on Twitch and YouTube. If you want to watch a video version of the stream, just follow the link what I sent before. Yeah, you're welcome. And here we talk about books and all topics what related to books. Feel free to join to stage, just raise your hand and I will add you to conversation. And first question I like to ask people who join here: what book are you reading in current moment? If you read some book, it will be nice if you share some words or just name of the book and author of it. And yeah, it's because I very like to find something interesting and add to my reading list. Okay, let's go. Okay, yeah, if you want to join, just raise your hand and or write your question here if you want. We can just chat it. And if you hey, what book are you reading? It's main question, what I ask people who join here. If you talk about me and current moment, I'm reading a book that has the name The Earth Sea by Ursula Le Guin. It will be interesting to know if you read this book before. If you read, it's your opinion about it. I just started. It maybe read around like the first 100 pages, but in really I very like it because it's very nice example of fantasy. It's some kind of classic of fantasy. Yeah, I very like it. I like his style, her style. And I see many like modern fantasy books is inspired by this series. It's about like my current reading status. Yeah, it will be nice to know what I'm reading. Yeah, okay. All people just leave me here, and now I'm still stay alone and wait when someone join. But I see. Okay, it's chat work. It's me. It's all okay. Just wait when someone join to us to talk about book. Yeah. Hey, hello. Let's go to talk. Hey, hello.
Привет, man.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, you?
Yeah, I'm fine too, thanks. And first question, what book are you reading in current moment?
At the exact moment, I'm reading the Guide and Hall Physiology book.
Okay, some kind of a book about like English language.
No, it is about biology.
Okay, I not so very recognized. Can you write name of here of this book, and why is this you interested in biology? It's like to your subject, what you study in somewhere. Okay, she just like to leave. It's no problem. Just wait. Today is Sunday. It's was very active day. I do a lot of stuff, a lot of like exercises. I slightly exhausted for the day. Yeah, but it will be nice to hear some thoughts, and not just like to mine my speech. Yeah, we just wait some minutes. If you not want to join, we just like to wrap up around like to 20 minutes. Okay, hello, you're welcome to join here and talk about book if you like it. Hey, hello. No worries. If you want to just chat, you can just chat and write your question and answers. Yeah, or join if you want. Oh, okay, it's not problem. We can just talk about any topic what you want, not related to books. I don't know. What is your hobby? We can talk about this. Yeah, I try to be like to common, but not every time is possible. Yeah. I think I very often see the situation when people don't very like to read books. They more prefer to use some kind of more fast, like to sources of information, like to YouTube, TikTok, and podcasts, and some another form of information. Yeah, I think it's in current moments, his book is some a very I feel like a very high pressure from different sources of information. What like to it's more not more effective. It's more like to available. You mean what book I want to reread now from my like previous reading experience, or what book I should be reading like last book in my life? Can you like to more detail your question? Yeah, and to be honest, I just like to create the content in the same time when, because I am streaming this live session on Twitch, and it's so interesting to create the content, and I think it's all people and also people is like a social animal. They need some kind of socialization and need to be recognizable from by another people. And yeah, I think it's like to create the content, create like a video. It's some very very nice like a way to realize itself. Yeah, I have like to one book, maybe it's help, because this book it was like this book it's inspired me, and I try to use some principle of this book in my everyday life for last maybe 2 years. I just like to type this book, Atomic Habits. It's a very popular book, and I think you without problem find in your local bookstore, because it's some kind of very very popular and widespread and translated in many languages. And as this book is just tell about like two habits, how it's work, and some principal habits. And from this book I just find some very nice idea what I want to and try to use. It's habits, it's very powerful thing if you want to reach some big goals. Yeah, because habits is something what you do very simple, but you do this like in a regular basis. For example, every day. For example, we like to brush our teeth, and we do this every day. It's like our like positive habits. In result, we protect our teeth. If you manage some kind of positive habits, and on through the long period of time, you can reach a very huge and good result. Yeah, it's like my opinion about habits, and I try to use this principle, and I establish, for example, some habits what to improve my like English. And for example, I use Hello Talk application and try to use every day for this example. Hey, hello.
Hello, my friend. Where are you from?
I'm from Belarus, but now I'm living in Sweden.
You live in Sweden?
Yeah, living in Sweden, but I am from Belarus.
Currently, I'm reading 19. Okay.
Yeah, it will be nice if you share what are you reading, because
Yeah.
I like to search this book and add to my reading list.
Yeah, I'm in a cave right now. Currently, I'm reading a 1984 by George Orwell. Yeah, pretty fun book. What are you reading?
Okay. Do you read first time or read this book?
I love reading. Reading's really fun.
Yeah. If you talk about me, for example, I just completed some several weeks ago a book that has name 1QA4 by Haruki Murakami.
Oh, okay. What's it about?
Just a second. Yeah, this book, it's some kind of fantasy, thriller, detective, and love story in the one scene. It's some series that contains like 3 books. It's some very big.
Oh, okay.
It's very big, and I, I, it's. I think it's like the first book what I read Murakami, and I was very inspired and very surprised his style of like to how he like to write and tell the story. And yeah, I very like it, this book, and I have like too eager to read another his books. And this book has some relationship and like to reference to George Orwell books, in some mention inside of the book too. It's some briefly about it. I have I try to like to create some podcast about book, and one of the last episode I create some episode about 1QA4, and I just find.
Sorry, I gotta take my goldfish on a walk. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay. No worries. Okay. Some people join, some people leave. Okay, it's no problem. But if you watch on Twitch or on YouTube, just write a question on the chat. I will answer this question. Yeah, I just want to share. Okay, I just share something what I mentioned before, and some kind of advertising. I just released Bookshelf Babble episode number 3 about Haruki Murakami's book 1QA4, and I see the I see the analytic for this episode. I see I listen this episode, and okay, it's not so like a problem for me. But if you want to listen about like my opinion about this book, just follow this link and find this episode in Spotify and listen. And I just like to some words about this episode. It's episode like AI generated. I use like two hosts and use his voices to generate like to content of this podcast. But some content I just like to idea for the content for dialogues I like to manage myself with AI tools exactly too. But and the result is this episode almost like to AI generated, but it's like a realization of my idea. In this case, it will be interesting to hear your like to opinion about this episode. What do you think, and is it normal format? It's maybe not interesting for you. Just listen some AI generated content. Yeah, it will be nice to hear your feedback, because I think I not will be create some very nice voices like AI generated. Yeah, maybe I just need to write some kind of stream and share my opinion about this book. Yeah, I think about this, and maybe another books when I complete it, I just like to record my own episode and share. Okay. Yeah. It's I think it's okay. Yeah. And also I have some kind of intention to start reading some non-fiction book. Especially I want to read about read Stephen Hawking's A Brief History of Time, and these two books, especially this book, is very well illustrated, I think, and this book is some very interesting. I have like the intention to start reading this book, because maybe I just like to start mixing two books, Ursula Le Guin and Stephen Hawking's, because I want to read something more light, just some non-fiction something. Okay, we wait when someone join, and this time I don't know, maybe some problem with Hello Talk. Sometimes it happens, sometimes not, and sometimes I see a lot of people in other voice rooms, but in my voice room no one appear. It looks some strange. Just wait when someone join to us to talk about book. Okay, I have this picture. I just because and one guest mentioned George Orwell book 1984. I think it's one of the well-known book, and almost every people know this book. I think I read at least twice this book, and yeah, it's some very good work and very strong, but it's some very depressive in the end. I want to just share some interesting idea, not idea, like to some information. And when I was in Belarus, I just read some interview from some couple. They collect George Orwell's book 1984 in different editions. They use this book just some kind of item for collection. They collect in different edition, different translation, different books of different published year, and all what connected to this book. I think it's a very nice target for collection, because they translate it on a lot of languages, and very often they create the book and publish books. They create some very interesting covers, and every book and every translation has their own style of cover. Yeah, I think it's a very good point to collect. I don't remember how much they have book in the collection, but I think it's very complicated to collect all edition of this book, but it's very good target for collection. And if you know about me, I have some intention to collect books, because I very often go to the second hand and visit some bookshelves in second hands to check some interesting books. Especially I just focus it on books what attract my attention by quality of paper, topic, author, and I very often buy 1, 2, 3 books and to store them in my shelves. And this is some kind of, I don't know, some collection, and or maybe some not hobby, and maybe correctly addiction. I have this addiction from my childhood, when I remember when I spent summertime in my aunt. I would like to go on the roof, and because she was subscribed on some kind of journals and many years, and during this year they collected a lot of old journals, and they store this on the roof, and I go under the roof just to search for some journals, pick up, back them to down, see it and read. And I remember I have this stack of journals in my room. It's a very nice, interesting feeling, and I think from this time I just like to collect some books and journals in my home. Okay, no one joined to us today. I think it was some good talk today, but it's some short and brief, some words from each people who joined to us. But I just want to add, if you have some ideas, if you like this session, just put the like, subscribe and follow. Do not miss another live sessions. Thank you for your time, and see you next time here in Bookshelf Babble live session in Hello Talk. Goodbye.
pages, hear the sound of time. Stories weaving words that climb. Whispered tales in a cozy nook. Welcome to the magic of every book. Bookshelf babble, take the stage. Turn the chapter, fill the page. Laughter, wisdom, stories to spare. A podcast world where books are everywhere. From paperbacks to leather spines, mysteries, thrillers, and classic lines. Stories crackle, voices ring. Dive on in, it's a podcast thing. Adventures waiting just one word away. From Austen's romance to Hemingway. Gather round, it's the bookish delight. Unfold the tales under podcast light. Bookshelf babble, take the stage. Turn the chapter, fill the page. Laughter, wisdom, stories to spare. A podcast world where books are everywhere. So pull a chair and bring your ear. Bookshelf babble is right here. Through every genre, chapter, and hook, we're talking life, one book. Chair and bring your ear. Bookshelf babble is right here. Through every genre, chapter, and hook, we're talking life, one book by book.